Hey, this is Samar Newsom, and this is the Musician Shed podcast. Today I have a very special guest, a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, very talented musician, Mr. Jeremy Warren. How you doing, Jeremy?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm good, man. How's everything going?
It's going all right.
All right. So tell us about who you are, introduce yourself to the audience, and I know who you are, but let them know who you are.
My name is Jeremy Warren, from Little Rock, Arkansas. Drummer and composer. I moved here to New Jersey 2013 to go to NYU to get my master's, and I kind of just stayed. I've been working, playing with a lot of people. Yeah, that's about it.
That's cool, man. Who are some of the people you work with?
When I first moved here, I was working with a guy named Rakeem Walker. So we was doing a lot of party band stuff.
Oh, dope.
Then from there, I got the chair for Don Brayton, jazz saxophonist. Then it just started growing. I play with Nina Freeland, jazz vocalist. I play with James Austin, jazz pianist. I do a little bit with Jizza from Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
So I sub for Ramsey Jones.
Okay.
So I sub for him every now and then. So just doing
cool.
what I can do.
And then I met you in a studio session.
Yeah.
Which was pretty dope.
Yeah. Was that Melvin?
Yeah. Melvin. And then of course you're a teacher also, right?
Oh yeah, the teacher.
You're an educator.
Yeah, music teacher, middle school.
Yeah. How's that?
It's going.
Okay.
Going.
We can unpack a little bit, but man, I mean, one of the biggest things about the show, and thank you for coming again, is trying to highlight, some breadcrumbs, a path to people who might be interested in doing what we do, or seeing how to have some success to it. Because I think there's levels to it.
Right.
There's a dance to it, to how you navigate working professionally and having a job and having a career. And so I think, that's one of the things that I think you could lend into that conversation. First, how did you get your start in your instrument? How did you identify, like, this is what I want to do?
Church. I grew up in my granddad's church, Pentecostal church, PAW. Now it's my dad's church. My dad's pastor. Well, I grew up watching the drummers there because they wouldn't let me touch the drums. They would cover the drums up at the service.
Oh wow!
But I would watch the drummers that was there, Ricky Neasley, Aaron McGoins, Clifford Aaron, all those guys, and that's where I fell in love with it. My dad bought me my first drum set when I was 6-7 years old.
Nice.
Yeah. So I just kind of got into it then. I was a member of the Boys and Girls Club, and they had a gospel choir. Mm-hmm. So I was the drummer for that for up until I went to college, actually.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So that's where my love grew, playing for the gospel choir.
Right.
So we were like the Ty Tribbett before Ty came out. So we were actually nice, but it didn't pan out. Yeah.
That's cool, man. I mean, there's always pockets of energy in different places. This was in Little Rock?
Yeah, this was in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Got you.
Yeah. So we was doing our thing, and then I went to University of Memphis.
Okay.
To study jazz on a marching band scholarship.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't get into the jazz program, but because I only played gospel.
Right.
So I was on the marching band and the drum line, and and then they let me in the jazz program once I started taking lessons.
Cool.
But so that's where it all started. Yeah.
And then you said you went to NYU?
Yeah. I got my master's at NYU 2013. That's when I started.
Okay.
And I finished 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was in jazz too, or that was?
It was in jazz. Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So by now you just like, I'm in jazz.
Yeah.
So now,
whatever calls,
What'd you say?
Whatever calls.
Oh yeah.
So
now that's cool. Yeah. What was your fascination with jazz coming from gospel?
Consider how everything was similar.
Okay.
A lot of stuff I was playing in gospel, I started taking lessons. Like, this is, this groove is this, and I was like, oh, it's in this song. This is what the drummer was doing.
Yeah.
So it kind of connected.
Okay.
So that's why the switch wasn't hard.
Right.
So yeah.
So now, do you play more jazz than gospel now?
Yeah, basically. yeah.
Nah, that makes sense. What was I gonna say? So what was those first years like? I mean, like, okay, so obviously you said that the drummers that you grew up with was covering the drums afterwards, all that kind of stuff. So what was that transition to actually them saying, you know what, let's put them on the drums now? Like, what kind of work did you have to put into getting to that level?
A lot of work. I was, working on timing, listening, and not trying to chop everywhere. Back then, they were like pocket.
Yeah.
So so those things. Once I worked on it, they started letting me play.
Yeah,
I played for the youth choir and things like that. And then when I got in the boys club choir, so that helped out a lot.
That gave you more opportunity.
Yeah. We was traveling. We were traveling all over the state and surrounding areas. So we was, being the feature guests in different churches and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So once you left Little Rock, you never came back?
No, I never went back.
I always talk about musicians who leave, like, because I mean, New York is kind of like the New York or like LA or something like that, especially if you're doing TV or acting. Yeah. But like for music, LA and New York, those are kind of the places. I mean, maybe Atlanta.
Nashville for sure.
Yeah, but so it just depends on what you're doing and what scale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're doing Broadway, New York, there's no other place really.
Right.
But I always like kind of am amazed at musicians who come from different parts of the country or just different countries also. And they kind of conquer the place. Like, we're from here. Sometimes there's people from here that don't even do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's from here. Tell us about the challenge of coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or is it, in your opinion, easier because you don't have the expectation from being there?
What can I say to that? When I first got here, it was hard getting on the scene.
Yeah.
Actually. See, like, people were like, they didn't want to let new people, So I came with my wife, she was my fiance at the time. She's a vocalist.
Okay.
And so they let her sit in before they let me. They wouldn't let me sit in. Wouldn't let me sit in. Even on the jazz scene, I would stay at Smalls all night trying to get in. And it was okay. What I'm gonna do? Then my wife started sitting in at different places, and they started calling her for gigs, and they were like, "Hey, my husband plays," and that's how I got on the scene.
Got you.
So people would say my sound was different, and I spent a lot of time in Memphis too. So so that Memphis is one of the hubs too.
Yeah, for sure. Tennessee.
Yeah. So it was like my sound was totally different from what they heard here. Yeah. So that's kind of how I started working a lot.
Your wife was from Little Rock too, or?
She's from Memphis.
Okay, well, she's
so
born. Met her when you was in Memphis.
Yeah, I met her in Memphis.
Got you.
But yeah, so it was hard. I don't know. Everybody's protective up here of their seed.
Everybody trying to hold on.
So it took a little minute. A lot of nights staying at Smalls and staying at the jam sessions and not getting to play.
Wow.
So I kind of got frustrated, but it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is time, and then when they don't know you, some of it is like just you showing up enough times. Right. They're familiar with you. They see your face enough times. And say, all right, I've seen this guy before, and they're not sure what you do. But they might give you more chance because they've seen you a few more times. And out here, we used to have a couple of places like that. I used to go up into Cecil's, places like that, but even those places don't exist anymore.
No.
But Smalls, like almost all of the musicians I know that's jazz, that's their standard place.
Right.
So, and, for good reason. So what was one of your highlights of your career so far? Like you could say, this was the best thing that happened to me.
I went to Colombia with Jizza.
Oh, nice.
And it was 200,000 people.
Wow.
I've never played for that many people.
That's dope. That's dope.
I'll never forget that. So it was a lot of fun.
Have you ever been able to work with any other Wu-Tang or just GZA?
Just GZA. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, that's big. Wu-Tang is huge around the world. So.
Yeah. Oh man, even in Colombia, they was like they could even they only speak English a lot, but they knew GZA.
Yeah.
And knew all the words.
That's wild. That's dope.
Well,
That's dope. Now, conversely, what was one of your biggest challenges? Like all of those places that you had to go through, all of that stuff.
Biggest challenge. I don't know. I think about that one.
Okay, no worries. We can come back to it. So take us to like those first few days, because not days, but those first few years when you started as a professional musician, or you're like on the road to it. What was your practice routine like? What was shedding like for you?
Shedding, man. I wouldn't touch the drums first. I would just sit and listen to the music.
Got you.
Yeah. So I just sit and listen to the music, get it in my head. I'll probably chart it out, shorthand. Then I would sit at the kit and practice.
Got you.
And make sure everything is lined up. Make sure I'm getting all the breaks, hits. But yeah, that's my process of things.
Got you. Even today.
Yeah, even today. Even sometimes I won't even sit at the drums and practice it. It's just listening to it.
Yeah.
You can practice just thinking about it.
That's true. That's true. Because I mean, especially once you've built the muscle memory.
Right.
So now you're just telling your muscles and your brain, like, we're going to do this. It's going to feel like this,
Yeah.
And you don't even have to, same thing. Like, if I'm playing keys and let's say I don't have a keyboard in front of me.
Right.
I could still chart it in my head, even without writing it down, like in terms of changes.
Right.
It's going here. Then here's the bridge, so I could definitely resonate with that.
Yeah.
So that tells me like a development, like that's you learning a song. What about like just keeping your chops up? Like what's your regimen for keeping your chops?
Man, just busting through rudiments on the practice pad.
Yeah.
And then just playing along to different stuff. I down in the basement, I turn on some stuff that I don't usually play.
Okay.
And just play along to that stuff.
Try to play some new stuff.
Yeah, play some new stuff. Yeah.
Got you. That's good. That's good. Important too. Some people just really surround themselves to what they like,
right,
what they're used to, and never challenge themselves outside of that.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah.
What's a musical myth like that you've heard and then you're just like, man, that's not true, when you saw like something that people say all the time, like, you got to do this, but it didn't pan out to be true?
What do I say? One, I know they say jazz musicians don't make any money.
Oh yeah, they definitely say that.
But no, you make money.
My old band leader used to say that all the time. He used to be like, yeah, these jazz cats, man, they go out 7 nights a week, for $50. That's what he used to say. But and I mean, I know that depending on what the gig is, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that I would say, and you could correct me, is there a scarcity of work as a jazz musician, or
no? It's a lot of work.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. So then those are myths, because I think some people just think.
Some of that stuff is true. There are gigs out there that don't pay. Right. A lot of people just take them.
Yeah, for practice.
Yeah, but still, like even I still get some of those calls. I do them.
Yeah,
because you never know who's gonna be there.
Yeah, that's
you don't know who you might meet or play with.
That's true.
So I want to say, who did I play with? I can't remember, but I got a call from somebody. I can't remember who it was, but I did get a call. I did a free gig or a gig that was almost free, and it turned into something bigger.
Nice.
So my teacher at NYU, saxophonist, SNL, Lenny Pickett.
Okay.
He was like, "Don't turn anything down."
Wow.
He said, "We like do it." He's like, that's how he got his stuff. SNL. He did a free gig. And they call him to do SNL.
Wow.
So you just never know. Like, yeah, I get it. It's a lot of work to go do something for free or for little money.
Especially the drummer.
Yeah, especially the drummer.
And all that stuff.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff I do turn down, but you know, we just never know. You just gotta take your chances.
Got you. What's a skill that you acquired as a drummer that you were like, man, I wish I knew that 5 years ago? Like just a skill or something that information that you found out and you was like, I wish I knew that before.
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess electronic stuff. Using electronics.
Yeah.
Incorporating that. So if I would have been into that a long time ago, it'd be a lot easier now.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm figuring it out. You know, learning how to use the pads,
like pads and stuff, and
samples
and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a lot more common these days. Like at least one pad, if not a whole, you know, sample pad. But that's cool, man. I mean, technology for everybody. I think I think I could probably say the same thing in terms of you get used to a format,
right,
and then a new one comes out that's a little bit more efficient.
Yeah.
You know, it took me some time to get to Ableton, but I'm like, okay, if I had got to Ableton a little earlier, that probably would have did something different career wise. So I could definitely understand that. What's a time or a situation where you had to pivot, like you had to change, of course, because of a challenge or whatever, something like that?
Let me think. You got some good questions. I have to change because what do you mean? Just
like so you had to change course. Let's say you were on a trajectory to be the next jazz drummer. You know what I'm saying? And something happened that made you have to now take care of a family or do something different. You know, that it didn't stop it, but it just made you have to modify it or something.
Yeah. I would say that's how I got into teaching.
Okay, gotcha.
I knew I wanted to teach anyway.
Right.
But I knew I proposed to my girlfriend, so I knew I was going to need to have something steady.
Yeah.
So I had to, pivot it, to that and to take it more seriously.
Yeah. And not just gig.
Yeah. So handling both of them it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So I had to really work on my skills as an educator.
Yeah.
So at first I wasn't.
Right.
It was like, I'm focusing playing more, and I'm just going to teach, the best way I can. But now it's like, it's more than the same. I got to practice teaching. I got to practice, performing.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
It's crazy. I started in public school.
Yeah.
And the support, honestly, it was cool. It was just basic, though. Yeah. When I got to charter, I got to KIP specifically, their support system for you as a teacher is totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was more about like really supporting and giving you more skills versus just analyzing your pedagogy. You know what I mean? Like they didn't assume that you had everything already.
Right.
And they're just like, all right, we're going to supplement what you already have.
Yeah.
I think that's a different approach. I mean, as a teacher in anything, like that's one thing I learned is like to support. So even as a musical director, if I have a band, my goal, I mean, first I want to hire the right people.
Right.
But then after hiring the right people, I want to figure out how to accommodate them to make sure that they're at their best.
Right.
And that's what I feel like that does.
Yeah.
How do you do that as a teacher? Because that's basically our job as teachers as well, not to criticize children, but to find ways to get through to them. How do you find ways to get through your kids?
Man, I relate a lot of the stuff to real life. Things that I've been through, musically or not. That's not even music related. So I will be able to connect with them on those different stories, stuff that I've been through, or stuff I see other people go through. Yeah. So that's one of the big things with teaching, and I feel like that's my purpose there. I see myself doing a lot of that versus teaching music.
Yeah.
They want to come talk. They got a lot to talk about and ask. Some kind of way I have answers.
That's good. That's good.
Well, yeah. So yeah.
And that's again, that's part of the job.
Yeah.
just to be a ear sometimes. You know what I mean? Music has its own connections it's going to make with people, but I think that sometimes it's just a gateway to having a relationship with somebody and being able to sow into their lives as a person. You know what I'm saying? With knowledge and wisdom and ideas.
Right.
Like that. So, what's going on now? I know you did some recordings too of your own. So tell us about like some of the stuff that you put together on your own.
Yeah. So I've been at KIP 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been working on just getting the kids singing.
Yeah.
Just to start, because they didn't have anything over there,
right,
musically. Right. So I was like, okay, and they like to sing, they like to dance and sing, and so singing's been working out, and so I've been working on my songwriting skills. Yeah. So I've been working with them with that. You know, they've been flushing out some lyrics, giving me some lyrics. So we've been building that. So we built a song that I wrote, Rise Above.
That's cool.
And they've been singing it. They sound really good.
That's great.
Yeah, recorded it.
Yeah.
So
now, are you taking the students in the studio to record, or?
No, well, I took just a small portion.
Got you.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
They knocked it out. They act like they've been in there before.
How was that? And like, how did what kind of, you had to get parent support, school support to do that? What was that? Because that's just an experience for kids.
Yeah.
That like, okay, I want to do this one day. You know what I mean?
Right.
How did they respond to that?
They were cool, right? You know, as soon as I asked, they were like, sure.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
I mean, those things plant a seed into people when they're young, just to like, okay, this is something that's possible. Right. When I was young, I remember going to studios when I was young, and that kind of influenced what I wanted to do. So I definitely can understand that.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite drummer of all time?
Oh man, it's too many. I like to say overall it's Tony Williams.
Okay.
After that, Brian Fraser Moore. Chris Dave.
Chris Daddy Dave, yeah.
Who else? Mel Lewis, big band. Gerald Hayward.
Oh yeah. Brooklyn.
Yeah. Spanky.
Oh yeah, Spanky's big. And Spanky's so creative.
Yeah, even though we're close in age, but I've looked up to him so many years. Yeah. So that's my guy.
You said y'all was the first Chai Turbot.
Yeah, nobody knew us though.
So you might have been the first Spanky.
Nobody knew us, but yeah, it was just in Arkansas, that surrounding area. So
no,
we was doing some of the same stuff. They're like, wait, we was doing that. You know?
Nah, they were innovative, man.
Yeah.
But again, and it's crazy. Even in that era, I remember there were several people in that era like innovative like that. You know, my friend, shout out to my boy Leon Lacey. Yeah. Leon was coming up in that. Jehovah's Chosen was a group coming up in that time. So I remember them all. Youthful Praise was coming up in the same time, and I would just remember them all in that time. And then, but what Ty was doing musically was great, but also like kind of challenging the status quo of how you perform as a choir. Right. And that to me was the one thing that stood out even more than music. The music was great.
Yeah.
But and then amongst his peers, they all had that great music. But what stood out for him, I mean, like he was getting, I heard stories of people like, you can't come back to this church. You know what I'm saying? Like because of what he was doing.
Yeah.
But you know, you fast forward it and that you get to who you are now. Yeah. And even like Kirk Franklin at some point, I'm sure was in a similar boat, like just challenging the norm, you know what I'm saying? Right. And so, so do you even play gospel at all anymore?
Yeah, I get calls. Not too many calls. But
okay.
Yeah. The church I'm at is real low key, so I'm not into today's what's going on. Gotcha. So I kind of, when I do get a call, kind of like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I've been out of practice. But when I was in Memphis, I was in the thick.
Yeah.
So it was, my church chop was up.
Got you.
But since I've been here, my church chop's not up yet.
Got you.
So I do have to work on that, but they not gone.
No. You're not gone. But and I think when you're a educated drummer. Like you got, like you said, you know your rudiments, you know all your stuff. You literally can listen to it and analyze and say, okay, this is what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Anything. It ain't really nothing that's that you can't access. You can access anything. That's what I like about, having studied. It's like, I can figure out whatever it is. Moments, you know what I mean? And that's a skill because you practiced it. So what's your dream thing to do to accomplish as a musician? Is there like a certain project, a certain artist you want to work with?
Man, at some point I do want to get out of the classroom just to take a little break. Like I do want to get to that point to where I'm on the road or working a lot. But my ultimate goal is to tour with my music with my wife. That's the ultimate goal is to be busy with that.
And y'all have a unique thing, man. I mean, it's your band and your wife's band, and then she's like a front singer, right? Because I've seen you guys a few times. Amazing music.
Appreciate it.
So y'all have your own original stuff as well? Yeah. What's the name of the band so that people can check y'all out?
It's called J&D Warren. So J, Jeremy, and her name is Dermel.
Okay.
Warren.
So J&D Warren. Yeah. Got you. And like, where can they find more information about you?
You go to our website, www.jwarrenmusic. Social media, J&D Warren. We on Instagram. YouTube. I'm bad with social media, so
that's all right.
YouTube is J&D Warren Music. You can find some videos of us on there. We on Facebook. Her name is Dermel Warren on Facebook.
Okay.
Jeremy Warren on Facebook. I should have wrote my handles down. I can't remember.
It's all good. It's all good. It makes you go back and think about it. Now, what's something that you like, I gotta tell these students this, like that you make sure you teach your students, whether it's private students, because I know you got private students as well. What's something that you always tell students, like, about either music, drumming, career, all of those things?
The main thing I talk about is being a good person, being likable. When you're working with people, just make sure you're easy to work with. So especially students at school, they argue all the time. I'm like, y'all got to cut that out. You don't know who your friend's gonna turn into or who your classmates gonna turn into. Always treat people with respect. Even if you don't know them, always come out the gate with respect. And be easy to work with. So I think that's the main message that I teach to my students.
Yeah. Now, what was one of your worst gig experiences? Because I think I asked you a worst experience, but I think you was like, let me think about that. But what was one of your worst gig experiences? I think that one's probably easier to.
I might get in trouble.
No, that's all right. You ain't got to tell us who it was.
I went on the road with a group. We did a little tour. It was very low budget.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were all packed in a small SUV and a small compact car. They bought 2 hotel rooms.
2 rooms?
2 hotel rooms. And it was like we were overcrowded.
Shared a room.
Yeah. So we were like, we had to sneak in the hotel so they wouldn't get in trouble because all of us packed in one room. Yeah. So that was, it was pretty rough.
Yeah. How was the music on it though?
The music was good.
But just the accommodations was rough.
The accommodations was rough.
Got you.
But
and how many places did y'all go like that?
Man. It had to be like 8 or 9 places.
8 or 9, two rooms in each hotel. That's crazy.
Sometimes we would stay at, I guess, people's houses that they knew. Or I guess the people that booked us.
Okay.
Let us crash at their place and things like that.
That's how our college tours were. When we were in college, we would do like tours and they would literally have you living at people's houses. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. And those experiences were there could be one way or the other. You know what I'm saying, good or bad. But it's interesting, and that's I'm sure that's normal in certain touring situations. But so what? Do you have a new project you're working on? It's coming out. It's already out. What?
It's crazy. I've been working on it since the pandemic.
Okay,
and we recorded it. It was basically done, but I just been sitting on it mainly financially.
Gotcha.
To get it out. Like, but now I wrote so many other songs. Like, shoot, I need to record these.
Yeah,
you know. But so I got like 2 albums now.
Nice.
You know, so probably gonna go to the studio probably next month. Try to finish these next set of tunes.
Yeah. So now, what's your process in writing? Do you just like wait to be inspired? Do you like say, okay, I want something that feels like this, or like,
man, just whatever come to me. You know, and I basically whenever I sit down at the piano, nothing comes out. You know, so it take like I could be working in the yard somewhere and I might hear a bass line. Let me sing it. I sing it in the phone, and then I go back to it and just build from there. And it probably take days, but yeah. So no process. Theory, I know theory, but I don't practice it all the time. So I won't say. So I guess that's why people say my music is hard, because it's not like your theory stuff, you know, like, okay, this makes sense. That no, it don't. It's like whatever makes
flow.
Whatever makes sense here. You know,
yeah. I
put it down. So
well, that's art, man. You know, when it comes to art, they say it's in the eye of the beholder. Like beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and sometimes art is not linear. It's not just like, okay, chorus, bridge, you know, stuff like that. It's just like, okay, I felt like going here. I felt like this chord made sense here.
Right.
And again, those pieces are unique, and they have their own thing that attract people to it as well. Right. So what's what's your goal as a musician, as a songwriter, as a recorder, or even as a teacher? Like, what would you like to see? How would you like to see all of those things kind of complete when you're like, yeah, I'm done with everything now?
Ooh, that's a good question. When I'm all done?
Yeah. You know, like some people be like, you know, like I would love to be an EGOT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so that means I gotta get started on one of those awards. But you know, that those are some aspirations that people have, like to say, okay, I want a Grammy, or you know, I got an Oscar or something like that.
I do want a Grammy.
Yeah.
You know, I do want one of those. Don't know how to get there, but I do want one.
It's just work, man. Just music. Yeah.
Well, that I want a Grammy for education too. You know?
Okay.
So I guess my goal is just to see my students go to college.
Yeah.
You know, get music scholarships. Musically performing, I want that opportunity to be out there to do my music, you know, full time. If it's maybe for 6 months or 5 months.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to get
for a period.
Yeah, just for a period, just to get my music and my message out there.
Yeah.
I think I would feel complete.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. No, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
Any other things you want to share? Like what encouragement would you have for your students that might be listening or watching, or a couple years from now they'd be like, oh, let me see this thing with Mr. Warren?
I would say hard work, never give up, no matter what the challenges are. Like I said, I've been through a lot. Been through a lot personally and medically. Not supposed to be here.
Wow.
You know, when I was a kid, I had a rare skin disease called Stevens-Johnson syndrome.
Wow.
And at the time, the doctors didn't know what it was. And so I had the worst of it. And it is 90% fatal.
Wow.
Yeah. It blinds you. Of course, it discolors your skin. But yeah, I remember being in the hospital hearing the doctors telling my parents like, "Y'all got to prepare for
the worst."
Yeah.
Wow.
But just my mom didn't give up. She was praying over me. Everybody's praying over me, and I started getting better.
Wow.
But I've always suffered things after growing up,
right?
Especially with my eyes. 4 years ago, I lost my right eye.
Wow.
Due to complications this was when I was in first grade when I had it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was still trying to get through college. I would still have problems, with my eyes. So getting through college, trying to pass certification exams, just trying to graduate. And I was gigging, going through a lot of pain, doing a lot of shows, a lot of pain. Nobody ever knew.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was determined to keep going. I could have easily gave up.
Yeah.
Easily gave up. But I'm here, I'm still living out my dream. So I would say never give up no matter what you're going through.
Wow. God bless you, man. I mean, I think that's encouraging, bro, because
I appreciate it.
Like you said, it's very easy to give up. I mean, people give up over a hangnail,
right.
Something small. So, for you to face that adversity, I think, being relentless and having faith in the midst of adversity is a strong lesson, man. I appreciate you living that out too, man. Yeah. So, thank you for coming, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This like I said, his brother is amazing. What he's doing with his students is amazing. His career is great, and again, pushing through challenges, very, very inspiring, bro. So if you want to check out my brother, he gave you his handles. We'll also put his handles up. But thank you so much, bro.
Thanks for having me, man.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thanks for listening. To stay up to date between episodes, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you liked what you heard today, or if there's something specific you want us to dive into next, leave us a comment. Catch you in the next episode.